In the pantheon of martial arts cinema, few names command instant respect and awe, like Jet Li. Picture this. A teenage boy in 1970s Beijing. His body a blur of precision and power, flipping through the air, striking with the speed of lightning, and winning national Wushu championships 5 years in a row. That boy didn't just become a competitor. He became a legend who would redefine kung fu on the silver screen, blending blistering athleticism with profound philosophical depth. Then, at the peak of his fame, he walked away from the spotlight, survived a brush with death, battled a debilitating illness, and rebuilt his life around compassion and inner peace. Jet Li's story isn't merely about epic fight scenes or box office triumphs. It is about the real battles against poverty, injury, ego, fear, and mortality, and how one man chose to turn pain into purpose. Have you ever wondered what it takes to go from a grieving child in a struggling family to a global icon who inspires millions? Jet Li's journey is that answer. A masterclass in discipline, resilience, humility, and redemption. As we dive into his life, from the dusty training halls of Beijing to the red carpets of Hollywood and the quiet work of philanthropy, prepare to be inspired because Jet Li doesn't just teach martial arts. He teaches how to live with honor in a chaotic world. Let's start at the beginning. Li Lianjie, later known as Jet Li, was born on the 26th of April 1963 in Beijing, China, the youngest of 5 children. His early life was marked by profound loss. When he was only 2 years old, his father passed away from natural causes, leaving his mother, Zhang Fenglin, to raise the family alone in a time of economic hardship and political upheaval following the Cultural Revolution. The family lived in poverty, sharing a small courtyard house with relatives, scraping by on meager resources. Young Lianjie was shy, small for his age, and often overlooked. But fate intervened in 1971 when he was 8. During a routine school summer sports program at what is now Beijing Sport University, Jet's natural athleticism caught the eye of coach Wu Bin, a renowned Wushu instructor. Wu saw something extraordinary: the boy's explosive speed, impeccable balance, and instinctive grace in performing basic Wushu forms. He didn't just offer training, he practically became a surrogate father, providing extra sessions, nutrition, and even financial support to the family so Jet could pursue the sport without worry. "He fed me when my family couldn't," Jet later recalled in interviews, highlighting the profound mentorship that shaped his life. The training regimen was brutal. Jet and his teammates spent half the day in academic classes and the other half in the gym, practicing Changquan, long fist, broadsword, spear, staff, and Taolu routine forms. They ran laps, did thousands of push-ups, endured pain to perfect every movement. Jet thrived under the discipline. At age 11 in 1974, he won his first national Wushu championship in the all-around category. He defended the title for 5 consecutive years until 1979, becoming a national sensation and even serving briefly as a coach. These victories weren't just medals, they were symbols of China's resurgence, showcasing Wushu as a blend of performance, combat, and cultural heritage. But the pressure was immense. Injuries mounted, strained ligaments, bruised ribs, chronic pain from repetitive high-impact moves. By 18, Jet retired from competition, disillusioned and physically worn. "I had won everything there was to win," he said later. "But I felt empty." Little did the world know, his greatest chapters were just beginning. In 1982, Jet made his cinematic debut in Shaolin Temple, also known as Shaolin Sea, directed by Zhang Xinyan. The film was groundbreaking for mainland Chinese cinema, shot on location at the real Shaolin Temple in Henan Province. It featured authentic Wushu performed by actual monks and champions. Jet played Juyuan Ladder Jet, a young man who joins the monks to avenge his father's death and learn the Shaolin arts. The movie was a massive hit, grossing over 160 million yuan, equivalent to hundreds of millions today, and sparking a kung fu craze across China. Audiences had never seen such raw, wire-free action. Jet's spear forms, staff battles, and acrobatic flips felt real because they were. Sequels followed: Kids from Shaolin 1984, where Jet teams with the famous China acrobatic troupe in a story of orphans learning martial arts, and Martial Arts of Shaolin 1986, featuring epic temple battles. These films not only launched Jet's stardom but revitalized interest in Shaolin culture, boosting tourism to the temple and inspiring a generation of martial artists. Behind the scenes, Jet trained rigorously, often performing dangerous stunts himself. His performance blended athletic prowess with emotional depth. His characters were not invincible heroes, but young men driven by loss and a quest for justice. The 1980s closed with Jet exploring directing in Born to Defense 1988, a semi-autobiographical film set in post-Wei Qingdao. Playing a Chinese man fighting American soldiers in street brawls, Jet drew from his own experiences of national pride and personal struggle. The film was gritty and patriotic, foreshadowing the themes that would define his later work. The early 1990s marked Jet's ascent to superstardom in Hong Kong, the mecca of action cinema. Partnering with visionary director Tsui Hark, he starred in the Once Upon a Time in China trilogy 1991, Fei 1993, playing Wang Fei. Hung, the real-life folk hero and martial arts master, Jet portrayed a defender of Chinese traditions against foreign imperialism and internal corruption. The first film features the iconic ladder fight, Jet using a wooden ladder as both weapon and shield in a confined tea house, spinning, climbing, and striking with fluid precision. It remains one of cinema's most creative action sequences, blending practical choreography with dramatic tension. The series explored deeper themes, cultural identity, honor, and the clash between tradition and modernity. Jet's Wang Feiheng was calm, wise, and morally unshakable, a stark contrast to the flashy heroes of earlier kung fu films. The films grossed millions and earned critical acclaim, influencing directors like Quentin Tarantino and the Wachowskis. Jet's performance earned him the nickname, the thinking man's action star. Jet continued innovating. In Fong Sai, Yuk 1993, he infused humor and acrobatics into a Robin Hood-like tale. Fist of Legend 1994, a remake of Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury, is widely regarded as superior. Jet's Chen Zhen delivers a masterclass in timing during the dojo fight, dismantling opponents with crisp kicks, punches, and joint locks. The sequence is a tribute to Bruce while showcasing Jet's evolution faster, more precise, more emotionally layered. The 1990s also saw experimental films like Black Mask 1996, where Jet pioneered gun fu, blending firearms with martial arts in chaotic, high-energy battles, and Hitman 1998, with brutal, realistic combat. Each project pushed boundaries, earning Jet a reputation as the heir to Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. But with his own philosophical edge, Hollywood came calling in the late 1990s. Jet's U.S. debut was as the villainous Wasing Ku in Lethal Weapon 4, 1998, where he held his own against Mel Gibson and Danny Glover in a rooftop fight that showcased his speed and power. Leading roles followed: Romeo Must Die 2000 opposite Aaliyah, featuring the innovative corridor fight using wirework and 360-degree camera moves; Kiss of the Dragon 2001, full of signature pressure; Point Strikes the One 2001, a multiverse action thriller; and Unleashed 2005, where Jet played a conditioned fighter discovering humanity, adding emotional depth to his physicality. But Jet's artistic peaks arrived with two masterpieces, Hero 2002 and Fearless 2006. In Hero, directed by Zhang Yimou, Jet plays Nameless, a would-be assassin in ancient China. The film unfolds in color, coded chapters, red, blue, white, green each, retelling the story from different perspectives. Visually breathtaking, with sweeping landscapes and poetic combat, it explores themes of sacrifice, unity, and the greater good. The calligraphy fight between Jet and Tony Leung is legendary, blades clashing like brushes on paper. Hero earned an Oscar nomination for Best Foreign Language Film and grossed over $177 million worldwide, proving arthouse action could succeed globally. Fearless was Jet's self-proclaimed farewell to martial arts cinema. Directed by Ronnie Yu, it portrays Huo Yuanjia, a real historical figure who founded the Qin Wu Athletic Association. After losing his family to tragedy, Huo descends into arrogance and vengeance, only to find redemption through humility and true martial spirit. The final tournament fights against Japanese, British, Spanish, and Belgian opponents are emotional and technical triumphs. Jet's performance conveys grief, growth, and enlightenment. The true meaning of martial arts is not victory but inner peace. His character declares, a line that resonates deeply with Jet's own philosophy. Jet later joined Sylvester Stallone's The Expendables series 2010-Faye 2014, delivering explosive fights as yin-yang alongside icons like Stallone, Jason Statham, and Dolph Lundgren. His scenes added fresh energy to the ensemble. Then came the trials that tested Jet like never before. In December 2004, while vacationing in the Maldives with his family, Jet survived the devastating Indian Ocean tsunami. Waves crashed over their resort. He saved his daughter by holding her above water for hours. The experience was life-altering. "I saw death face to face," he said. "It made me realize fame and money are meaningless if you can't help others." This led to the founding of the One Foundation in 2007, officially registered in 2011 as China's first private charitable fundraising organization, focused on disaster relief, children's welfare, mental health, and education. It has raised hundreds of millions of yuan. The foundation provided aid after the 2008 Sichuan earthquake, built schools in remote areas, and launched mental health programs. Jet became a Red Cross ambassador, donating box office proceeds and using his fame for good. A smile to people because the way you hurt people, they will revenge. And fight again, he often says, emphasizing compassion over conflict. Charity program with Jet Li One Foundation, Albatross Foundation in 2013. Jet revealed he suffers from hyperthyroidism, a condition that speeds metabolism, causes fatigue, and weight loss. Combined with spinal injuries from decades of stunts, it reduced his ability to perform intense action. Rumors exaggerated his decline, but Jet clarified he manages it through Tai Chi, meditation, and a balanced lifestyle. Turning to Tibetan Buddhism, he found solace in mindfulness and detachment. "I am in pain, but I am not suffering. I am happy," he stated in interviews. Jet stepped back from leading roles, focusing on family. He has 2 daughters with second wife Nina Li Chi and Philanthropy, but he never fully retired. As of 2026, at age 62, Jet Li makes a triumphant return. In December 2025, he announced his comeback on social media, sharing heartfelt messages. He launched an official YouTube channel featuring reflections on mind training, peace, and life lessons. His new book, Beyond Life and Death, The Way of True Freedom, published by Penguin Random House, distills 10 spiritual insights from his career, near-death experience, Buddhism, and philanthropy. It challenges conventional views of life and death, urging readers to live with purpose. The crowning achievement, Blades of the Guardians 2026, directed by action legend Yuan Wu Ping. Starring alongside Wu Jing and Nicholas Tse, the film adapts the manhwa Biao Ren, set in a brutal world of honor and survival. Jet plays Chang Guiran, a key figure in epic martial battles. Trailers showcase grand-scale choreography, historical depth, and Jet's enduring power. With North American distribution by Well Go USA and a Chinese New Year release on the 17th of February 2026. It is a celebration of his legacy. Jet Li's journey, from poverty to championships, stardom to survival, illness to enlightenment, teaches profound lessons. Discipline isn't just physical, it is mental and spiritual. Persevere through unseen struggles. Success isn't fame, it is doing your best daily, helping others, and finding inner peace. Life is a dream on the way to death. He reflects in his book, Make It Meaningful. Fight your inner battles. Never compare to others, only to yesterday's you. Balance speed and stillness, action and compassion. Whatever challenges you face, pain, doubt, loss, channel Jet Li, train relentlessly. Live with honor. Give back. Your greatest victory isn't a trophy, it is becoming the best version of yourself and lifting those around you. Thank you for joining this deep dive into Jet Li's extraordinary life. If his story ignited something in you, subscribe and share your favorite Jet Li moment in the comments. The ladder fight, the fearless finale. His quiet strength today. Let's discuss. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay compassionate, live fearlessly.